Hello, in this video I am going to go through the process to update the firmware on a PhotoSpring View. The firmware update is different from the regular updates that the PhotoSpring View will get automatically through Wi-Fi. The firmware update will fix problems that are related to power management, clock, and schedule. So before we get started, you're going to want to make sure that you have an external memory device such as an SD card or a USB flash drive with the firmware file copied onto either one of these devices. In my example here, I'm going to use the SD card, and I already have the firmware file copied onto this SD card. And then I am going to check to make sure that the power battery on my PhotoSpring View is above 50%. You'll see that I have my PhotoSpring View connected to power and the battery has been charging. And as you see here, the battery is full. So you want to have the battery at least above 50% and ideally a full battery just to be safe. I also want to check the version number of this device before I start the update. So I go into settings under the device tab. I'm going to click on run diagnostic, and I'm going to check here. I don't know if you can see that. The numbers here is 084154. This version, 084154, is the version that is going to receive this update. And this update specifically will fix problems that the PhotoSpring has with schedule, where it'll go to sleep and it doesn't wake up the next morning. So I'm going to go back to my home screen. And with the SD card and the firmware file copied onto this SD card, I'm going to flip the PhotoSpring to the back. And you'll see here, I have the slot here for the SD card, and then I also have the slot for the USB thumb drive. So whether I'm going to be using SD card or USB thumb drive, I am going to connect it into the correct slot. So the SD card, the contact side goes on the facing down, and I'm going to put it into this slot and go ahead and push it into the SD card slot. After that, the PhotoSpring will automatically show this page for the SD USB import. Just give it a few more seconds like I did, and then it's going to show this window that says firmware updating. You have an option to cancel or install. I'm going to go ahead and click on install here, and it's going to tell you that it's installing the firmware update. So I'm going to go ahead and let this run. It's going to restart once. And then after it restarts this time, it's going to start installing the firmware update. So after the update, where it says installing system update with the little glowing ring finishes, your PhotoSpring is going to reboot again. And then when it reboots after that little ring icon, I can go ahead and remove the SD card, or if I was using a USB thumb drive, remove the USB thumb drive and let it complete the reboot. So after the update, where it says installing system update with the little glowing ring finishes, your PhotoSpring is going to reboot again. And then when it reboots after that little ring icon, I can go ahead and remove the SD card, or if I was using a USB thumb drive, remove the USB thumb drive and let it complete the reboot. You'll see that there was a little pop-up there. Just ignore that. It should take care of itself. If it doesn't disappear, then go ahead and tap no or cancel on that screen, and then that'll cancel the request for update because it's already been updated. And then this is finished. The firmware update is done. You can go and check it again by going into the settings screen and then click on run diagnostic again. And you'll see that the number here, I don't know if you can read it, the number here has updated to 084431. And that is the version for the PhotoSpring firmware post update 084431. Now with this version, your PhotoSpring will be able to go on schedule sleep, and it won't have any issues waking up the next day after sleep. If you have any questions about this process, if something didn't seem to work right, or if something is confusing to you, please contact us at email to service@photospring.com, or you can call us on our voicemail line and leave us a message at 310-763-9089.